Well, the winter months mean staying more indoors inside.
Sometimes your house can be a little drab with that too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So AJ Petitti is here with some tips on how to freshen things up with your houseplants. Let's get right into it. Light is everything, and we don't get much of that, AJ.
Actually, light's not too bad. You know, if you've got a nice window in a living room, everything that I brought likes just dappled light. So
good. Oh, perfect.
Just bright and direct light, so you can put it by a window in the wintertime.
That worries me though. Like I'm growing some seeds with more basil, and I have it by a window, and I'm just worried that that is going to be too cold.
It should be okay if you, depending on if there's a draft by the window or not. But if you're growing seeds, you've got the dome over it.
I need to do that.
There goes the basil.
Okay.
So you want to get a dome over it, and then that'll help the seeds grow.
The humidity and all that stuff.
So that'll be okay. But after we take Christmas stuff down, the house just looks so empty.
It does.
So, and we were actually just talking about just the presence of plants and having plants around. I mean, not only does it improve the air in the house and just makes it feel warm and welcoming.
Well, all these studies, and AJ and I were talking about, we've talked about this for years, but the plants kind of clear out a lot of the junk that we get from electronics and all the bad stuff. So it does clear the air, but it does help with depression, anxiety, all sorts of mental and physical things. You would never think that plants do that, but they do.
Yeah, they're just beautiful things to have around the house, something you can care for, and it just.
And hopefully not kill. So teach us how not to do that.
So we got a few things.
There are hands-on and hands-off plants. Right. I like the hands-off.
We talked about light. So this is a ZZ plant. This is actually a new variety. I try to bring all kinds of new stuff today. So this is a ZZ plant, and it's a new variety because it's got a crimson foliage to it, which is really unique. It used to be strictly only green. Yeah, and if you hit that with leaf shine, it really brightens up really nicely. And these are bulletproof. So
bulletproof, Christy. Did you hear
that? You can throw those in a closet and they'll be fine. So if you've got a bathroom with no light, so the ZZ plants and Sansevieria are both bulletproof plants.
What is this called?
Sansevieria.
Can you see this one? Let me just pull it up. Here we go.
So what is leaf shine? What is that?
It's just like an oil spray that you can
Makes
get.
it nice and kind of glossy?
Makes everything like nice and glossy and cool.
Leaf shine.
So it's really neat, but those are great in really low light situations. Also, I didn't bring one. But everybody knows what a peace lily is. Those are also great. And all three of these are also great for cleaning the air. They're just really known. Any of the plants that you see that have like just a lot of leaf surface area are really good. These are actually philodendron. So you've seen a lot of them that just kind of cascade down, kind of similar to like these guys. But they've done a lot with so many different varieties. These are also brand new. This is Pink Lady.
It's so pretty with the pink in it.
It's really, they've done an amazing job breeding them. Proven Winners has done a great job. And so just a lot of really cool, neat varieties. And then same thing with alocasia. So these two on the far right are really cool. And actually, Todd, the one nearby and then also the one right in front over here, those are in the same family. And so the different textures and the way that they're cultivating them now, they're bringing some really cool, interesting stuff to life. And then Stephanie's favorite, the Stephanoides.
It's Stephanoides. It's got my name in it.
It's just a really pretty, it's in the jasmine family.
It's so
that'll
neat.
Keep blooming all the way through.
Does it stay in that circle?
It can. It depends on what shape you.
So you have like a little trellis in there and it's growing along that,
and it'll grow, So it's like a jasmine. So it's a viney kind
so
of
you
plant.
can shape it.
As you're going through. So, and that'll give you a lot of color. And then same thing with orchids. Orchids give you a lot of color. They're consistent color. They'll bloom for 3-4 months at a time, and then they'll go through a dormant stage. But you can get them blooming 2, sometimes 3 times a year. Same thing with the Stephanoides.
3 ice cubes, my friend. 3 ice cubes.
And I kept mine going, as I was telling AJ and Christy in commercial break, and all the flowers fell off, but I kept watering it, and now it's back to life again with more blooms. It's beautiful, so don't give up on them. Here's a picture of some of my houseplants in a little cluster. These are all head busts, so they all have faces, so I do talk to them because they're all little, if you look, they're all people, they're all little faces. But many of those, the giant one in the back and the one over and then all the ones right and left, those are all from AJ, from over the last 15 years that you've given me.
Isn't it true that if you talk to your plants, they grow?
Absolutely.
I talk to them, yes.
Better than talking to AI.
That's right. All right, so we've got some tips and tricks that you're going to share with us.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, consistent watering
Best thing ever created.
is the most important thing, and especially not overwatering. So get yourself a moisture meter. You only need one, and they work great. You just stick it right inside the plant, and then it'll literally tell you if it's how wet or dry the plant is how water dry the soil in the plant is. And also, more so than just what's on the top, it also gets all the way down. So it'll tell you if things are more wet or more dry as you're going
Is that
through.
an
That's pretty
olive
cool.
tree, by the way?
That is an olive tree.
That is so
Yeah,
cool. Let's
and
bring
so-
this guy over here so we can see this. So will olives actually come on this?
Not ones that you're going to want to eat. So we don't have the
Darn, get
long
rid of
enough
it.
the length of season to get them to ripen.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But
Well,
olive
look how
trees, I
cute.
brought a little bay leaf plant, and so bay leaves
Oh, yeah.
are really cool. You can keep those
yeah.
inside the house.
Which ones are the pet friendly?
So in terms of pet friendly, olives are great, bay's
Okay.
great. You just want to say there's a few that are poisonous. I didn't bring any of those to here today,
Right.
so all these are
Put this guy back.
great for pets as you're going through. And with most of them, if it is toxic to pets, usually they'll just take a bite and they're really bitter,
Yeah.
and so they'll stay away from them anyway. So they might get a tummy ache, but I haven't seen a case where plants get really, our
Dogs
pets
will
get
get
really
really
sick by eating an entire plant. Usually they just taste so bad.
Yeah, let me ask you
So-
real quick. Do we need more water during the winter months because of the heat on and stuff? Mine seems so dry.
So honestly, no.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when people get really at risk of overwatering.
Yeah.
Because they're not growing as much. So you want to wait until March, April before you start really repotting a lot of your indoor plants, because that's when they'll start actively growing. And then take it easy on the water now. But that's why the moisture meter is so important this time of year. It just takes all the guesswork right out of everything.
I have one of those.
And so, and then these little doodads, there's a lot of stuff out there. There's self-watering pots. This is just a little water globe. And so you fill it up with water and then you put it inside the soil of the plant.
And it looks cute.
And it looks cute, but it also provides water so the plant will take in the water
Yeah.
as
As they need it.
as they
Good
need
for
it.
vacation,
beautiful.
too,
Yeah.
when you go
Yeah,
away.
very
AJ
true.
Petitti, thank you so much.
Well done.
Appreciate it. All right, we're going to see you in the spring.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
can't wait to get
Yeah.
that garden up and running.
All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us.